In this example, we want to simplify the quantity x to the negative 2, y to the negative 3, all over x to the negative 4, y to the negative 3. That entire quantity is raised to the negative 3. And anytime you have a situation like this, where you have a bunch of stuff going on inside the parentheses raised to a power, it's always easiest to simplify inside first. Okay, simplify inside first. Okay, right? Because bringing this negative 3 in is just going to make all these exponents harder to work with. Wait until the very end to do that. Okay, so let's bring in our rules of exponents just for reference. And there's a bunch of ways to proceed with this problem. I think I'm just going to use mostly this rule right down here. Okay, a to the m over a to the n is a to the m minus n. That'll get us where we need to go, but you're welcome to try using some different properties. They'll all get us to the same place. Here we go. So now I'm just leaving this negative 3 on the outside. Okay, and what we have is x to the negative 2 minus a negative 4. Okay, so I'm doing top minus bottom. Y to the negative 3 minus a negative 3. Okay, well that gives us x to the negative 2 plus 4 is x squared. Well, y to the minus 3 plus 3 is y to the 0. All of that to the negative 3. Well, remember from this property up here, we have y to the 0 equals 1. So really this is just x squared all to the negative 3. Now see how nice that is? Now that we finally simplified inside these parentheses, we can bring this negative 3 inside. It's much simpler than doing it at the beginning. Okay, so that gives us x to the negative 6. But remember, we don't want to have any negative exponents in our answers, so this will be 1 over x to the 6th. Let's try another one. Here we have quantity xy to the negative 3, all divided by quantity x squared y cubed to the power of 2. And again, there's multiple ways to proceed. I think I will use this property over here. A to the negative n equals 1 over a to the n. I'm going to use that on this entire piece here, xy to the negative 3. All of that's going to go down to the denominator. Okay, so that gives us 1 over quantity xy cubed. Remember, when you take it down to the denominator, the negative goes away. The negative does not somehow come out to the front as a negative coefficient, or a negative 1 or something like that. All that negative 3 does is bring our xy down to the denominator. Okay, then we have x squared y cubed all to the power of 2. Okay, now let's bring these exponents through to all the terms. So this 3 is going to go to the x and the y, and so on. So let's do that. So we have 1 over x cubed y cubed, and then bringing this 2 through, we have x squared raised to the power of 2, which means we multiply. I'm looking at this property right here now. So we have x to the 2 to the 2. That's x to the 2 times 2, which is 4. So x to the 4th. Y to the 3 times 2, which is y to the 6th. Okay. All right, and now let's use this property here to add exponents. So we have 1 over x to the 3 plus 4, which is 7, y to the 3 plus 6, which is 9. There we go.